Chapter 8. Teaching the Forgotten. The village had a school, but only a name. A small, weather-beaten shack at the edge of the rice fields, with 2 benches, no roof, and a blackboard cracked through the center. The teacher had long since left for the city. No replacement had come. The children wandered during the day, chasing goats, helping parents, or simply sitting bored under trees. Their laughter still rang through the village, but it carried no letters, no numbers, no stories. Rayan couldn't ignore it anymore. One afternoon, as he sat watching Layla, his little sister, try to count pebbles, he remembered a time when knowledge had flowed endlessly around him. Data dashboards, stock tickers, infinite access to books, screens, and analysts. And here a girl had never held a pencil. That evening, he stood in the center of the village square with a chalkboard he had salvaged from the market and cleaned himself. "I want to teach," he said simply. "Anyone who wants to learn, come tomorrow." There was silence, then laughter, from a few elders, from skeptical mothers. "He's still a child. What can he teach? He hasn't even finished school." But the children came. At first, it was only 4 of them. Layla, 2 boys who sold fish, and the baker's shy daughter. They sat cross-legged under a tree as Rayan drew shapes in the dirt. He started with letters, then numbers. He wrote names, taught days of the week, explained how multiplication wasn't magic but just clever counting. He didn't have books, but he told stories. Stories about stars and oceans, about cities and machines, about how the brain was like a garden and knowledge was rain. And the children listened, not because they had to, but because no one had ever spoken to them like this before. Within 2 weeks, there were 15 of them. Some brought fruit as thanks. Others brought broken pencils from cousins in town. Rayan fashioned notebooks from old rice bags and soot. He read every scrap of print he could find, then taught what he learned the next day. He wasn't just teaching letters. He was teaching curiosity. One day a boy asked, "Why do stars move?" Another asked, "Can girls be doctors?" Rayan smiled. "Yes, and yes." One afternoon, a dad came to watch quietly from the tree line. When the children left, he approached his son. "You do all this before dawn and after dusk," he said, "and yet you ask for nothing." Rayan looked down at his dust-covered chalkboard. "I had everything once, Baba, but I never gave anything that mattered. Now I want to change that." His father placed a hand on his shoulder. "You already have." Yay! News of the tree school reached a passing NGO worker 2 villages over. Days later, a letter arrived addressed to Rayan, inviting him to apply for a formal scholarship to study in the city, with housing, mentorship, and full tuition. But that night, as Rayan stared at the letter, he felt torn. He had begun something here, something beautiful. Could he leave it behind? And yet, could he truly help them without becoming more than he was now? He closed his eyes, the voices of the children still echoing in his mind. "I'll go," he whispered to the stars. "But he'll come back," because this time he wasn't climbing to escape. He was climbing to bring others with him.